second round matchups, predictions.
Oh yeah.
So in the East, we got Toronto versus Florida.
Yeah.
Toronto already celebrating their Stanley Cup parade, making it to the second round. Florida coming off bullying their former big brother, who Matthew Tkachuk said that he doesn't even think it's a rivalry anymore, which, he's going to get fucking domed next time they play each other.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Who are you taking in the series?
Toronto in 4. I'm not even kidding. Just Toronto in 4 because it doesn't fucking matter. and I did it. What was it? 2 years ago with Florida against Toronto, the second round before. I was like, Florida's gonna win in 4, and they won in 5. And I'm just like, it's just a dumb feeling.
I'm taking Florida in 5. Toronto's gonna dummy them tonight, and then Florida's gonna bully them the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Eastern Conference, Capitals, Carolina. I was really on the fence about both of these. I am going with Washington because I just feel like after that first round and just seeing how Washington was playing, I know it was against Montreal, who may or may not have been ready to be in that limelight yet. But there's just something there's just a vibe with the Capitals for me. Just feels like they're gonna attempt to do something magical here and just cap off the Ovechkin breaking Gretzky season. I definitely think they get to the conference final here.
I mean, it's hard to disagree. I think, in attempt to disagree, Carolina is just such a stacked, complete team, and I like Carolina's defense better. But it's hard to go against the fact that I think Freddie Anderson is going to be hurt, and he was playing stellar for them. And just like Montreal, New Jersey really wasn't super tough competition. So I think these guys are going to, I think this series is going to start kind of slow because they haven't really had to put up the pace that the playoffs are needed. So that's why it's kind of nice for them to face off against each other. Because if it was one of these teams versus Florida or one of these teams versus Toronto, I think they would be in for a huge fucking surprise.
Yeah. I do think this is going 6 or 7 though. I think this is going to be it's going to be a tight matchup, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I would say so too. I could see either team coming out of it. I just think that, having Freddie Anderson hurt is going to be the biggest detriment to Carolina. But like I said, they do have probably a better decor. It's funny because Dmitry Orlov is an ex Washington Capital. It's too bad they don't have Kuznetsov still.
All right, moving on to the West, you have the battle of Game 7 winners, the Winnipeg Jets for this Dallas Stars. Dallas, enough said.
Dallas easy. I'm going to say Dallas easy, but I do have a little thing in the back of my mind that's now that Hellebuyck broke through, that it might just be oh, fuck. Now there's nothing getting by him.
I can see it too. Yeah.
I think it's either going to be, if you listen to 32 Thoughts, Elliot Freeman brought up the fact that Bieksa talked about Luongo, and in 2011, when they finally broke through and beat the Hawks in the first round, he was basically unstoppable through the final because he was a completely different person. He was a completely different confidence to him. And I'm wondering if Hellebuyck's going to have something very similar to that. And it's just,
I can see the series going one of two ways. Dallas just rolls them and wins in 5, or Hellebuyck carries them to 7 again.
Yeah. I think it really relies on Hellebuyck, but if Dallas ends up getting Heiskanen and Robertson back anytime soon, fucking see you later, dude. That team is so stacked. Stars are going all the way, I think.
Once they're healthy, I can't see anybody stopping them.
No, absolutely not. He doesn't. Okay, so DeBoer doesn't know yet if Heiskanen's available. Robertson is practicing as of Monday and is considered day-to-day still.
And that series doesn't start till Wednesday, so.
Oh, they got 2 extra days of figuring it out. Yes, that's another thing, man. Because what Winnipeg has Scheifele hurt and Morrissey hurt, doesn't he? Don't they?
Morrissey was hurt, yeah. Scheifele was out, yeah. So It's a
And so
lot of injuries.
they're considered day to day as well. So we'll see. Whoever gets their best players back first might have a little upper hand. But I do think the way that like there's like even without Robertson and Heiskanen on Dallas, like Thomas Harley is still probably the best defenseman out there, and
Yeah.
Mikko Rantanen is like easily one of the best forwards out there. And then
Dude, what was
and
it
then
like?
it goes like Connor, like Kyle Connor. Then it goes like Wyatt Johnston, and then probably like Matt Duchene or some shit.
Game 5, 6, and 7, Rantanen had like 11 points.
He had 4 points in a period twice.
Yeah,
in that
game 6,
series.
game 7. Yeah,
like it's stupid.
Dude, perfect example for teams out there that are going to play contract chicken with some of their top players is maybe don't.
Yeah, maybe make a few more concessions.
Yeah. And then the last series is Vegas versus Edmonton. I just think Vegas is just too much. The goaltending issues with Edmonton. I just think that a more full team for the Vegas is just going to be too much for Draisaitl and McDavid.
Yeah. I think this is also what the first time we're getting a real battle of the 2015 top 2 picks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit.
And I think that's really sick. And as much as I don't like Vegas, I'm painting Vegas as the USA team in this scenario because of Jack Eichel. And I'd rather have Eichel beat McDavid than McDavid beat Eichel.
I just
either way, like
seeing,
I said, Dallas is gonna fucking streak until the fucking final.
The cup needs to stay in the United States where it belongs. That's all that matters.
Yeah.